Welcome back. An update now on baby Falak. The police are expecting a breakthrough soon. They say they may be close to nabbing the key suspect in the case. Baby Falak, brought to the All India Institute of Medical Sciences on Jan 18th, has been fighting a lonely battle to survive. She remains in a critical condition even as she has been taken off the ventilator. The father of the teenage girl who brought baby Falak in will be questioned by the police today. The 14-year-old girl has alleged that she left her home because of ill treatment by her father. She has also said her male friend Rajkumar, who she was staying with, brought baby Falak a month back to be raised as their child. In a statement, the girl has stated that she was regularly abused by Rajkumar, who is now absconding. An FIR will be registered against him. And this is what the Additional Commissioner of Police, who is in charge of the investigation into the baby Falak case, had to say about the status of the probe.
2 साल की बच्ची सफदरजंग हॉस्पिटल में एडमिटेड है। उस मामले में पुलिस कोशिश कर रही है कि जल्दी से जल्दी जो इसके ओरिजिनल पेरेंट्स हैं, एक्चुअल पेरेंट्स हैं, उनकी आइडेंटिटी एस्टेब्लिश की जाए और पूरे प्रोफेशनल तरीके से इसमें कई टीम्स को लगाया गया है और जो भी लिंकेजेस आ रहे हैं, कई लोगों के नाम इसमें सामने आए हैं, उन तमाम महिलाओं से और पुरुषों से बातचीत की जा रही है, पूछताछ की जा रही है और बहुत जल्दी उम्मीद है कि जो भी इसमें कल्प्रिट्स हैं पुलिस उन तक पहुंच जाएगी और उनकी गिरफ्तारी हो जाएगी।
On a day when Samajwadi Party chief Mulayam Singh Yadav got the Imam of Jama Masjid to make a political pitch for him, there are fissures within his party. At a press conference in Lucknow today, the Imam appealed to Muslims to vote for Mulayam, but this endorsement is now facing opposition from his party's Muslim face, Azam Khan, who has questioned Imam Bukhari's political loyalties.
जनाब मुलायम सिंह यादव साहब के फलाही इक़दामात की रोशनी में मैं मुसलमानों और संतुलन ज़हन रखने वाले वोटरों से आज आपके माध्यम से अपील करता हूं कि वो समाजवादी पार्टी के उम्मीदवारों को कामयाब बनाएं। इस उम्मीद के साथ कि इक़्तिदार में आने की सूरत में जनाब मुलायम सिंह यादव साहब इन तमाम वादों को पूरा करने की कोशिश करेंगे जो उन्होंने अपने इंतखाबी मंशूर में किए।
राजनीति में चरित्र के बहुत मतलब है। जो लोग चरित्रवान नहीं हैं उनके लिए सियासत में कोई जगह नहीं है। दूसरे ये कि सियासत वालों के लिए है और हम समझते हैं कि हमारी पूरी जिंदगी इन्हीं मसाइल को लेकर गुजरी है और हम इन चीज़ों के लिए लड़ते आए हैं, लड़ते रहेंगे और पूरे किरदार के साथ लड़े हैं और पूरे किरदार के साथ लड़ेंगे। हमने कभी अपनी जिंदगी में पाला नहीं बदला है।
Polling in Manipur was marred today by violence. 5 people have died in election-related violence in Manipur's Chandel district after crossfire between security forces and a suspected member of the Naga insurgent group, the NSCN. The incident took place around 1 this afternoon when the assailants started firing on security forces in a remote polling station in the hilly Chandel district, 60 kilometers from Imphal, in an attempt to capture the polling booth in the area. Among those dead are 3 civilians, 1 CRPF Jawan and the assailant. Polling has now been closed. Victoria Azarenka from Belarus has won the 2012 Australian Open title, women's title. Azarenka beat Russia's Maria Sharapova 6-3, 6-0 in the final to lift her first Grand Slam title. With this win, the 22-year-old has also become the new world #1. Glenn McGrath had predicted it and Michael Clark executed it. In the end, the Indians went down 4-0 in Australia. Here are the top 5 moments that sum up the Adelaide Test.
The flattest pitch in the series and a billion-plus Indians were hoping this was the match where Everest could be conquered. But in the end, the master exited without scoring his 100th ton. This was also the first time ever Sachin Tendulkar failed to score a test century in a series down under. At number 4, we have the revelation of the tour, Virat Kohli. The Delhi lad showed Virat temperament to notch up his maiden test century and become the lone Indian centurion in the series. But the Indians were skittled by Peter Siddle. The comeback man, 6 for 98 in the match, earned him the Man of the Match award.
He's got another one. Siddle's taken 5. The magical 5 for Peter Siddle.
At number 2 were the awesome twosome of Australia, Michael Clark and Ricky Ponting, who batted India out of the game with double tons. They notched up the highest partnership ever against India and helped as many as 3 Indian bowlers to score their centuries. At number 1 was the moment of the match. Our groundsman in Adelaide just 12 months ago, Nathan Lyon, picked up the last wicket and gave Australia the victory they waited for after the stumble against South Africa and New Zealand. The home team wrapped up the match in 59 minutes on day 5 and sealed the 4-0 whitewash.
India's 8th consecutive overseas loss means India have dropped to number 3 in the ICC Test rankings. India and Australia are in fact tied on 111 points, but MSD's men are ahead because of a few decimal points. The last 1 year has seen India drop from 129 rating points to 111 rating points in the Test rankings.
Well, I'm not too sure whether they actually even go and watch a lot of Ranji matches or Dulip Trophy matches, which is what they should be doing. They seem to be seen at all the test matches and the one-day internationals, where they've already selected the players. I think they need to go out and see the other players. That's when they'll see, guys like Saxena, who got a double 100, or Bist, who's from Rajasthan, who's had such a good season. So I think it's important that the selectors who are now well compensated for their efforts. It should not be just compensated to watch tests and one-day internationals. It should be compensation for being able to go around the country and not just in their own home state, but go around and watch different players.
In terms of selection, do you think there is a case in there where selectors probably pay more heed to IPL performances rather than Ranji Trophy performances?
Possibly, because it's hyped up so much. The IPL gets much more publicity than the Ranji Trophy does. And therefore, when you see what happens in the IPL, you suddenly tend to think that, hey, hang on a minute, this guy can play for India in tests, where the IPL basically is a 20 overs game. It's a T20 competition. But really, if you're looking for test cricket, then you've got to go out and watch Ranji Trophy and Dulip Trophy matches and spot the players there.
Do you think this zonal system that you spoke about should be scrapped?
I still feel that it doesn't have to be according to the zone. You can have 5 and then give them different areas, different zones to go and watch matches. I think that will probably be a lot better. But then I think the BCCI constitution needs to be changed to accommodate that.
And the ecstatic captain Michael Clarke spoke to NDTV after this huge series win against Team India.
We're joined by Michael Clarke, the Australian captain, who has, of course, mauled the Indian team 4-0 in this Test series. Michael, could you just tell us, how did you do it?
Well, a lot of hard work. I know it might seem, because we've won 4-0, very easy, but it certainly hasn't felt like that. It's taken a lot of hard work. I guess we've looked at a lot of footage of the Indian players as well. They've got so many great players. So we've had to be at the top of our game to have had some success, but it is very pleasing that we've beaten such a good team 4-0.
Do you think they have more to offer, Lakshman, Dravid and Sachin, or should they, start to phase out?
Look, I hope they do, because they've been around for a long time and they've had so much success. They've won a lot of games for India, so I think they deserve a lot of credit, and they probably deserve the opportunity to play on if they're scoring runs. A part of being a part of a team, you have to be performing as well. So, fortunately, I don't have to make that decision for India. I think the Indian team are now going to have to assess things and work out what they think their best team is going forward. But you won't hear me say a bad word about those guys, because I have the utmost respect for them.
For you personally, this has been, a great growth, because I've heard that you were not one of the most popular characters in Australia, and now you've scored 329, you've left man of the series. It's been great for you, isn't it?
Well, it's been nice to score runs and lead from the front. That's been my goal as the captain, to make sure I'm scoring runs on the field and leading the team. So yeah, and to score runs, to score big runs against India, it's very special, because they are such a good team, and I love playing against them, whether it be in India, I love coming to India, or in Australia. I think it's really important that you perform against the best teams in the world, and India have been that in all forms of the game for a long time.
Finally, last question. Your bat is doing wonders, and you've got Spartan, an Indian brand, doing it for you. We Indians are not quite happy that you have an Indian brand and you're scoring against India.
Yeah, but hopefully I'll be scoring against other teams as well. Oh, look, my cricket gear now, my equipment is very important to me. I look closely at how my bats are made and my equipment to try and suit my game, and I couldn't be happier. I think Spartan is a wonderful company, and I'm very proud to be with them, to be working with them, and hopefully I'll get to spend more time in India now promoting the brand, and hopefully plenty of kids out there go and buy some Spartan equipment.
MC shops, I'm hearing.
Well, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But a few more runs first and foremost, and then hopefully, like I say, plenty of kids are using the gear.
It has been a pleasure, Michael. You guys have performed really well. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, will there ever be a kill for the monster called corruption? Watch the Gen Next opinion on the other side of the break.